So our analytical report was on the Florida International University, or FIU, bridge collapse. Now, before we actually get into the analytical report itself, let's talk about the bridge. So the collapse itself occurred on March 15th, 2018, and unfortunately claimed the lives of 6 people in the process. The collapse occurred during construction when they were doing something called pre-tensioning one of the trusses. And the cracks at the base of the truss were noticed during construction. However, they were deemed not a concern by the different firms that were involved. Now, there were 2 major errors that were made during the construction or planning of the bridge. That is, the load-bearing abilities of the truss were overestimated, and the load itself on the truss was underestimated. And unfortunately, these problems were missed during peer review, which should have caught them. And knowing what went wrong in this bridge is integral to preventing the future incidents from occurring. Now, the objective of our report itself was to identify all the parties involved in the FIU bridge collapse and discuss their roles and responsibilities in the event. To develop a list of non-technical errors that contributed to the bridge's collapse, to determine how the aforementioned non-technical errors might be associated with one another, and identify and elaborate on the ethical issues that were mishandled, as well as learn from the mistakes that were made and suggest ways to improve the methods. Now, before we could actually write the report, we needed to conduct some research. And it's important to note that lots has to go wrong for a catastrophic event such as this to occur. And for this reason, we tried to get lots of different information, including analyzing the collapse, analyzing events prior to the collapse, such as noticing the cracking on the bridge, and analyzing the politics behind the collapse, such as why the peer review failed. In total, we found 9 reliable resources for our report which fit this criteria, and because of this, we were able to develop a greater understanding of the event, both in a technical and non-technical sense. Now, we ensured that our sources were peer-reviewed, reliable, and covered different aspects of the event, which, again, allowed us to develop a larger picture of the incident. And examples of our sources include, but we're not limited to, the National Transportation Safety Board, or NTSB, official incident report for the collapse of the bridge, OH&S's investigation on the bridge, and the American Society for Civil Engineers computational analysis